Okay, let's fire up about cell phones. That's a really interesting topic. So, how many physical phones do you have to take with you?
I've got one for each country.
But in some places I hear you can just switch SIM cards. Can't you do that?
The thing is, I've got my phone here.
Yeah.
That one is got roaming on it.
Okay.
This one. But the thing is...
Let me see your phone. Yeah. Okay, so just a normal Nokia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to use an expensive one there. The thing is, roaming is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Even
right? Yeah.
if somebody from Zambia phones me, or from South Africa phones me when I'm in Kenya, then I have to pay for the phone call. So what I do is I buy these cheap phones for 100 Rand each, and I get SIM cards on the street, pay as you go. And the signal is 100%. The only country that's got a problem is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe on your own. They've got Buddy Econet, but
not good. So
Not
cell
good.
phones just simply is not good in that country.
You get the reception in Harare and Beitbridge and Shirundu, but in between that 1,000 K is nothing.
And is the cost roughly the same in every country?
Zimbabwe is expensive. Zambia very expensive. Congo cheap. Is Vodacom as well. Congo is very cheap, and Tanzania also Vodacom very cheap. Mozambique also very cheap.
So if I'm here in Kimberley and I want to phone you when you're on the road, will I just use your roaming line?
No.
What would you
What
arrange?
I normally do, the people I want to get get hold of me there, I give them my
Local number.
Zambia number or Congo number or Botswana
Okay,
number.
if you're in Congo and I call you on your Congo number, I pay and you don't. Is that right? So it's anywhere the same in Africa. You can have a cell phone, and as long as people call you, it's no cost to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And you say you get the ZIM
When
cards?
you are not on a roaming phone. If it's
Correct.
a pay as you go,
Yeah.
And you say you get the ZIM cards on the street?
It's about $5 US dollars for a prepaid starter pack.
Yeah.
But with $5 you can call for a long time if you get a reception there. In Zambia but it's not expensive there as well.
Now you mentioned something fascinating earlier, and that is the you mentioned about you know we say as jy vier wat hulle nader trek. You mentioned that you have to
Somebody always has to play.
pay lots of fees and so forth. Tell us how this bribes. Okay, but you said they have like what was the word you used? A fee for every little thing.
Every little thing. If you want to go to the toilet, you pay.
And they don't maintain the toilet, so it's just
I can tell you what I normally do off camera.
But you make an alternative plan.
Yeah, you make an alternative. If you get out of your truck, you have to pay. If you put your feet on their soil, you pay. For everything.
So mention typical things that you pay for that it would be kind of ridiculous to people might think is ridiculous, but on your road that's just the normal way of doing things.
Like in Congo, if you get out of your truck and you check your tires, before you get back to your door to get into your truck, you have to pay $10 for the guy who's coming out of the bush, because
And what's he saying
for
to you?
parking. You
For
stop
parking.
there, for parking. Then he's from some kind of council that doesn't exist, but you have to pay. If you don't, then there's another 100 coming. So
And you mentioned like crossing some old bridge, and the guy is wandering
in
around.
Lekasi, yeah.
And what did he say to you?
Yeah, he was, we were standing there for 5 days, and then after we crossed the bridge, then he said to us he wants $50. So we were
And that's
10 trucks.
US dollars.
US dollars, yeah. And we said, for what? He said, no, he's the caretaker of the bridge. But if you look at the bridge, and I'll show you photos of that bridge, that's on the camera, I don't think it has been maintained in the last 100 years. I think the Belgians still build it. It's falling apart, but he's the caretaker, he wants money.
Okay, let's
And like in Zimbabwe, you'll get a drum in the road and a telephone pole, and then it's a roadblock. Pay $10, you go. Otherwise, if you get in a rag with them, you have to pay $100. So you just give them small money. Make good advice I can give anybody going up there. Don't go to the bank and get $100 notes. Get $1, $2, $5 because you can get away with it. But otherwise, they don't give you change. The fine, is $20. If you give him $100,
That's it.
you won't get 80 back.
That's,
Give them 5 and bargain with them. They like it. And at the end of the day, you make friends with them. Or you give him some phone money. I always keep some of that same country prepaid money that cards you buy for scratching.
tell me a bit
reloading.
about security. How
There's no security.
what do you do to keep yourself secure, to avoid your stuff from being stolen, to avoid risky situations? How would you know what is a risky situation?
You lock your truck and diesel is a big problem because you can only secure it that much. They stole diesel from me once in Zambia. They take injector. It's like a punch. They put a jack. You won't feel it because it's at night. You're sleeping. They put a hydraulic jack underneath, make a hole. They fill up maybe, and I mean there's 1,000 liters in your truck. They'll fill up 2 scoops of 25 liters. They go. That whole thing is draining on the ground.
Oh no! So they just
That's how
puncture
they
a
work,
hole
yeah,
in your
and
tank.
It's quiet, you know.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
drive American trucks. It's aluminium tanks. So
Wow. So there's no way to prevent that.
you can't.
Um,
You must be wake up. That's the only thing.
yeah.
You must be wake up. Or you hire somebody on the street. I know my way now around here, so there's guys that I can trust. I pay them a few bucks. It's worth paying a guy $20 to stay at your truck at night. It's 200 rand. Losing one tire is 5,000 rand.
So in which places do you use a guard at your truck?
Well, the thing is, I plan my route like this. Zimbabwe, I can travel through the whole of Zimbabwe is 1,000 k's in one day. So I start off at Beitbridge. I try to move there, say at 5. Then at 6 in the afternoon, at night, I'm in Chirundu, the Zambian border. Then I'll stay there until the paperwork is done. Then I'll go Zambia to Congo is only 550 k's, the route I take to cross. Otherwise, the Lumwana side in Angola, it's 570, but then you're on the mine. Then it's safe. You are in the mine. I normally try to reach the mine or at least the border. If you are in the border, then that government has got army guys walking around, So, but there is places
you mean
you
there's
have
like
to
a-
stop.
there-
Sometimes you get a breakdown.
You mean there's like a truck parking spot
Yeah,
at the border?
all the borders. And the most
Yeah.
expensive one is the Zambian-Congo border. 550 US you have to pay just to pass through the gate.
Oh, that's whether you stop or not, you pay that.
Yeah, you have to pay.
Every
Congo is
time you pass through that
350,
truck,
yeah.
it's 550.
If you go through, offload, come back, 550.
So it's 1,100.
Yeah, it's
back
in South
forth.
African rands, it's 12,000 rand. It costs you just to go to Congo and back. You can,
If it's an empty truck
you've
or
got
not.
a small slip for that, that's all.
Whether your truck is empty or not.
Doesn't matter.
You
have to
pay.
You have to pay that to open the boom.
Yo! And then what else do they charge you other than that flat fee?
I don't have the specifics with me, but to go to Congo with a truck from Durban to Kolwezi in Congo, it's about 90,000 rand. The costs.
And that's all the borders
The
basically.
borders, the insurance, you have to get insurance for
What
your
kind of
truck and your
insurance?
trailers. For accidents, but it's all a gimmick. But they give you a certificate, but I don't think it's worth anything. I never claimed. But you have to have it because that's the first thing. The cops, there's plenty of roadblocks. You get every kilometer there's a roadblock. Somebody that wants money. So that's the thing they want
Well,
to
that's
see
what they
is
ask
the
for, yeah.
insurance. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
They want to see your carbon tax, insurance, and your road toll. And in Congo, there's 3 toll gates. If you go to Kolwezi, $300 each.
Now tell me about the bribe culture and how you have to navigate the bribe culture, and if you do not play the game, what's the consequences?
Jail, if you don't play the game. The thing is, I think
What do you mean it's jail? Because it's a bribe,
They'll
it's
lock
not
you
the
up.
law. So if I'm,
they make their own laws.
so who would bribe you typically?
Traffic cops.
Okay, so if I'm a traffic cop, I come to you, I stop
Then
you.
you make your own salary.
Then what is the typical thing a cop would tell you? Stopping you and come to
He
you,
will come to
he
you
comes to your window, or do you
Yeah.
have to get out?
No, he comes to your window, very polite, everything, and then he will ask you straight away, do you have something for me?
Oh,
Or
he
will ask you
uses those
for-
very words. Do you have
Yeah,
something for me?
you have something for me. They call it, you've got some cold drink, but it happened to me a lot of times. And then I give them a cold drink. I've got a fridge in my truck. They said, no, this one that's in paper form. So they don't want the actual cold drink. They want.
And
money.
how much money do you start with?
You can.
Do you start as low as you
Low
possibly
as
can?
possible,
And
yeah.
they then say, no, it's going
What
to
I
have to be a
normally
little
do
bit
is
of
my own truck, but I tell them, listen, I'm working for a boss. I'm working for a salary, so they don't give us anything. Well, the lowest I've paid is a can of bully beef. The highest I've paid is $50. So it depends, and it depends on your attitude. If you are not nice to them, then he will ask you to get out of the truck. Then he's looking for faults. Then he'll find your tires is not right. There's one light not working. They are actually in Mozambique. They went so far to want a reverse light on my trailer of my truck. There's no truck in the world that's got a reverse light on its trailer. There's no trailer on a car that's got it, but they are looking for something.
And so you learn to do not look for trouble, do not push
No,
your luck.
you play the game and you are polite with them, and then you can go. They are not there to harass you. Actually, they just want money.
And what do they call money in Congo?
Congo is Makuta. I cannot remember what it's in, but Zambia is English. They talk English there. Tanzania, they talk good English. Everywhere. It's only in Congo they talk Swahili and French.
So, and you say in Congo it's a little more hostile to you as a white driver,
Yeah.
but the rest is fine.
Especially the number plates. If it's from South Africa, then it will be worse. There is guys, white guys, driving from other parts in the Southern Africa, like Botswana and what. But then they will give us more grief because they think we are a rich country. Then they will milk that cow.
So, do you, as truck drivers, how do you guys network with each other?
Cell phones.
Oh, so when you stop at a place and you get to know a new guy, you immediately exchange cell
Yeah,
phones?
yeah, we
and you
do.
ask, like,
Yeah.
where do you go and get to know each other,
Yeah.
and so you form a network like
Yeah.
that. Other than cell phones, do you do anything by email or any other way?
Okay, I'm not that computer literate, but there is some guys that has got email and computers in their trucks, and but we've got two-way radios in South Africa, but they don't work on the other side because you need an antenna for a repeater.
Yeah.
So they don't work there. You can do it, but it's very expensive. Then it works via satellite.
Oh, my word, yeah.
So
That's-
then it's
that's
it's
really
more
expensive.
expensive than using a cell phone.
Yeah.